Hello, thanks for having the opportunity of presenting Emagister. In my presentation, I'm going to focus to explain that we have found a way to multiply by 7 the EBIT of the company in the next 3 years. We expect to jump from 3 million euros to 21 million euros EBITDA. Before starting explaining this, let me show a video of Emagister so you'll better understand the company. A video?
What should I study? What skills are companies looking for? There's a huge disorientation in a world of continuous change, and in which the jobs of the future will be very different from those we know today. It's estimated that 85% of the job titles in 2030 still don't exist at the moment. At the same time, more and more learning options are available these days, short and long courses, either online or classroom-based, but the information about them is disaggregated and difficult to compare. Emagister is a global education marketplace with more than 2 million courses. Solve this problem by providing the users with the possibility to search for them, filter by a multitude of criteria, compare the various options available, read reviews by other students, and consult with a specialist advisor. For training centers, Emagister has become a key marketing tool to fill their classrooms by giving visibility to their courses in the marketplace and giving access to real-time information of the education's demand and competitors' offer, so they can better adapt their courses' content, prices and length, increasing enrollments. Because our obsession is to help our users find the option that best suits their employability needs. Emagister, because education changes your life.
Okay, let me just show up a message that is in the video that for me is quite important you to understand. The skills gap between what the companies will ask for in the future and the available skills that's going to be available in the curriculums is going to be very big. That will mean two big problems. From one side is going to be unemployment. People with the skills, they'll not be able to find a job because the skills are not any longer demanded. And second, for the companies, is going to be a huge problem in terms of finding the right people. This gap is going to grow because the change acceleration that is happening in the world is faster and faster, and it's going to be crucial for the users to have continuous education, so this is going to boom, and in this scenario, it's going to be very important to identify what to study to gain employability. On the same time, for the education institutions, it's going to be crucial to know what the companies are demanding so they can adapt their courses to the specific needs. Okay? Emagister is already a marketplace already working. I mean, I can give you some big numbers before I jump to the explanation of what we are doing. We are sending right now 3 million leads to our customers. We are creating 250,000 enrollments every year. We had 600,000 reviews about the schools and about courses. And we have a solid business model that has been growing in the last years at 30%. What's important to say here is that thanks to have these assets, now we are capable to do this big jump that I'm going to explain. We expect to multiply by 7 our revenues in the next 3 years. That means from 16 million euros now to 110, and from 3 million EBITDA to 21 million EBITDA. Okay? Let me see how we are working. Okay, and up to now, we used to be a standard marketplace. If we consider the whole funnel from the beginning, user acquisition, up to the enrollment, we used to stop in the middle, just sending leads, traffic to our customers. Okay, now what we have done is to do a big jump and cover the whole funnel from the beginning to the end. That means user acquisition, We do the lead generation, we do the lead qualification, we do all the rest of the sales funnel up to the payment and enrollment. This is a completely different game. I mean, we control everything. So that means we know in every moment what is happening with the user. We can control the quality. We can apply the best practices in terms of improving this funnel. We can ensure the user experience is perfect, and we keep improving. We can apply best practices in this. Okay? So this has plenty of benefits, but let me just summarize in 3 main benefits. First one, monetization. I mean, right now, we are sending enrollments. Sending enrollments, there are no question about which is the value that we're generating to our customers. So it's quite easy to ask about % of the price of the course. This, in terms of take rate, in terms of monetization of our marketplace, has been a big jump. That explains the numbers that I was telling before about multiplying by 7 the next year. The second 2, let me jump some slides. I don't want to go through the slide, but basically, having the control of the whole funnel from the beginning to the end and having all the information allows us to make fantastic cycle effects. That generates 2 things quite important. First thing is network effects. We already have network effects as a marketplace, but having the whole information, the potential of network effects is much higher. A stronger network effects. I'm not going to go farther in this because I think network effects is well known, but let me focus to the second one, economy of scale. And let me stop here. Let me give you an example just to ensure that you understand properly the concept. Let me say, it's a radical example, but I think it will help to explain what is happening. Imagine that in every country would exist 10,000 airline companies. Every country, 10,000 airline companies. Okay? Now let me ask for another thing even more difficult. Imagine that doesn't exist any platform. Doesn't exist any travel agency. So every airline company has to sell their own tickets. Completely inefficient. You can think some of them would be very good, creating a fantastic web sales funnel. Some of them, they are not good enough in doing this, or they're not so good. And let me say, some airlines, maybe they are very good in the product, but they don't have resources to do this. And you'll understand now I'm saying this. Even sometimes the CEO is selling the tickets. Do you understand this, how inefficient is this? This is what is happening in the education sector. It's a completely inefficient model. Everyone is selling their tickets. Completely disaggregated. There is no information that is accumulated. So there is a huge opportunity to create a platform, add all the knowledge, and create big economy of scale. Just to summarize, let me say that we are looking for an investor that wants to be with us in the next 3 years, in which we are going to jump from this 3 million EBITDA to 21. Let me say that we can do it thanks to the assets that we already have. We know how to do it. We have piloted this. It's not difficult to do it. And we don't need plenty of money. Thank you very much.